Welcome back to the Tailgate Connect podcast. I'm your host, Luke Lord, with Tailgating Challenge. I love tailgating probably as much as our next host. Ryan with Hornball Tailgaters has been tailgating for over 25 years in the great city of Austin, Texas. He has some amazing stories about how he grew his business for over 25 years, even through COVID. Stick around to find out more.
Gather round tailgaters, hear the call, it's game day, y'all. Let's have a ball across the states from college to NFL. Tailgate Connect's got a story to tell.
All right, welcome back to the Tailgate Connect podcast, where we talk about all things tailgating related. So if you love tailgating, you're in the right place. Tonight, we have our friend of the show, Mr. Ryan Lepper of Hornball Tailgating down there at the University of Texas. Ryan, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing great, man. How are you doing today?
I am doing excellent. Anytime I can talk about tailgating, I'm
Yeah.
excited about that in general, getting into the season, getting into some tailgating. And I know I've been to one of your tailgates before, and now my hope is, A, I can learn more about it and share with our followers more what they could expect if they want to check out it. Am I bold to say the best tailgate at the University of Texas? Is that bold?
I think it's bold, but I think it's pretty spot on. If I do say so myself. Not to
Shameless,
sound
shameless.
too, too much like a Texas guy, right?
No doubt, no doubt. Well, so first off, what I want to know is, when did Hornball tailgating start?
Well, let's see. The official start was the season, let's see, 2001. So that was our technical first season. So 25 years ago. But we're going into our 25th season. So, but in all honesty, actually, Hornball was actually around a lot longer than that. It was actually probably around 98, maybe the end of 97. But it wasn't really technically formed and technically named and all that stuff. But tailgating long before Hornball was technically established. So yeah, it's been 25, 26, 27-ish years, if I may date myself.
Hey, I mean, that's impressive, right? I know a lot of us grew up tailgating that are in this
Mhm.
space with it, but to have because it sounds like this is the 25th year anniversary, right, of an official Hornball
Yes.
tailgating event. Is that correct?
That's 100% correct. The actual
Wow.
name, the tailgate, everything. Yep, it's the official 25th anniversary.
Well, amazing. First off, congratulations. 25 years is nothing to sneeze at. So, again, you're going to make me come down to Texas again to celebrate 25 years with you for our tailgate
Absolutely.
this season. So, I mean, again, 25 years. So, A, that's awesome, as a business, as a brand, as a tailgate. It sounds like you were doing this before. So, talk to me, where did the love and passion for tailgating come from?
Man, I mean, obviously it starts with football, right? So growing up loving the game of football. And so, whether it's local, I played when I was a kid, kind of pee-wee level football. You go through, you watch your high schools, play and then come to Texas down here. Obviously it's huge no matter at every single level. So, I mean, it all starts with just the love of the game, right? So, and then, as you get into college and you start doing those things, then all of a sudden, you start loving the game a little bit more. You start actually having a rooting interest if you haven't already had one, let's say in the NFL,
Sure.
or if your family wasn't already involved with another school or something. But yeah, so you get into college. At least my journey was, I got into college. I went to Texas, loved football. Started working for the recreational sports program on campus. Made a bunch of friends. They already had kind of an established kind of group that went to the games, and so I started going with them, and it was just an awesome, amazing time. We started kind of just thinking about I think it was like 98. So that was what Ricky Williams' run, like when he got the Heisman that
Yeah.
season. And we were sitting there. We used to go to this little place off of East Campus called the Posse. And we'd go there every day, before every game, and we quote unquote tailgate. It's really just a restaurant. And there we'd have our beers, and then we'd try, run over to the game and have fun
Sure.
and do all those crazy things. And one time during that season, because Ricky was doing the record thing, there was a guy who was like, and I'm kind of getting off topic a little bit with the whole thing, but I'm kind of giving you the evolution of kind of how we started with the
Sure.
actual tailgate. So there was a guy, and he was selling T-shirts with kind of Ricky Williams's kind of Heisman pose, kind of like a silhouette, if you will. And we were like, man, what is that guy doing? You can't be selling that. That's not right. And then we thought
Right.
about it. We're like, actually, that's pretty smart. Like that guy's probably making some money. So we thought, maybe we should make some t-shirts. And I know trust me when I tell you, we'll finally get around to the tailgating bit. I
We're getting
guarantee
there.
you, we're going to get there. I promise. So we ended up actually creating a company, and we, as in my best friend when we were in college, we made a little company that we were like designing t-shirts. Cause back in those days, like there wasn't anything that was kind of raw and edgy in the t-shirt world. Everything was just very status quo. There wasn't anything that's kind of, I don't know. You see a lot of things these days that you're like, oh man, I would have never gotten away with that 30 years ago
For
or
sure.
25 years ago. And so we kind of wanted to be edgy with it. And so we started making up kind of concepts, edgy design concepts on different sayings and different things. And so we were like, let's do this. We created a bunch of designs. We made a bunch of t-shirts. We wanted to sell the t-shirts. We thought, what better way to sell t-shirts than walk around campus, walk around the school, start letting people see it, doing all that stuff. And then we ended up venturing away from the east side of the campus where we started where we were always hanging out with the posse. And we started going kind of the west side where there are actual tailgates. And so we were walking around looking at the scene being like, man, this is really cool. Like we didn't really even know it existed over there on that side of campus. And I mean, it wasn't a huge thing, nothing like there is today, obviously. But I mean, it was, probably 100 different groups in a parking lot doing their thing out of the back of their trucks, beer cooler, all that stuff. There was one group, it was like the army. They were doing like a recruiting thing and they had this big old like
Okay.
rock wall looking thing that people could like climb and they were recruiting. So we were just walking around like handing out, or not handing out, but like showing people our designs and just trying to make some money. And then all the dawn on us were like, man, we should make a tailgate. We should do a tailgate to sell our t-shirts. That is literally how it actually began.
So the
So we
t-shirt game
formed a
started the
t-shirt
tailgating
company.
game.
Yes.
Okay.
It was a t-shirt. So we started doing that. And so we created a tailgate, branded it, did all that stuff. And with the entire intent was to sell t-shirts, make some money. And then, so we had, 2 people, a cooler, and a whole bunch of t-shirts. Well, then, a couple of our friends were like, hey, we want to join you. We're like, well, we're selling. They're like, well, we'll just want to hang out. I'm like, oh, that's cool. They come. Well, then 4 more friends, and then 5 more friends. And then after about a year, probably by the end of that season, we kind of realized we had so much fun just tailgating, being around with our friends. We didn't sell jack, we didn't make any money off that stuff. And it was just like, you know what? Forget about the t-shirts. Let's do this. This is awesome. This is amazing. We love it. So we met all the people that were around us at the time, forged friendships, forged alliances, forged all these different relationships with just the tailgaters around us. And so that really is kind of the genesis of how we became a tailgate. And then just the love of football, and then the love of friendship, the love of camaraderie, and finding all of those things, even though it was all, capitalism and marketing to begin with and trying to make a buck. It certainly did end up just becoming about all the things that make tailgating great, which is friends, people that you love, camaraderie, supporting your team,
Sure.
coming together and all of those things. So that is how it started. And yeah, here we are 25 years later from the official start.
No, no doubt. And
Crazy
I
thing.
agree with all of that. Like, again, it's about the people, it's the
Yeah.
friends, the relationships, the game. Like, all of that is why we love tailgating. And I feel like as I'm listening to you, I'm like, I don't think we name our episodes yet, but I'm like, from t-shirts to tailgating empires. It's like what the name
There you go. I
I'm
like
thinking
it. I
about
like
it
it.
here.
That's
Perfect.
awesome.
All right. So 25 years in the game. So hornballs. So tell people like if they come on Tailgate Connect, they get a ticket to your event. Again, it's easy button tailgating, right? Because it's all inclusive. Like tell people
100%.
what can they expect if they come to your tailgate.
Yeah, I mean, it really is. It's an all-inclusive event. I mean, you get your ticket, you come in through the door, and you have everything there is basically just for you. So, I mean, we have 6 open bars. We've got an entire kitchen food section. You walk in, we have a selfie station. We got tons of stuff in there. And you literally just walk in, join the 500 plus other people that are there, and just make yourself at home. And that's kind of what we want. We want everybody to just feel at home, man. Grab a chair. If you can grab a chair, grab a chair. If not, find a spot under the canopies, find a spot next to a fan, grab a drink, and just let the fun times go. Really, that's how it is.
So did I hear correctly? Is 500 people like an average baseline of who shows up on a home game?
Yeah, I mean, it's probably more like 750, but yeah, I mean, 500 to 750. It's probably like that, I mean, give or take. But yeah, for the most part, yeah, it's It's pretty high up there from 2 people to 600-700 people. It's pretty it's a pretty dramatic
I mean,
change.
pretty amazing. And again, I don't know all of Texas tailgates, but I
Mhm.
would think that's got to be one of the biggest tailgates, like on game day. Is that?
Oh,
I know
yeah.
you're shameless with everything, but is that fair?
No, it's absolutely 100% fair, and in fact, the reality is there's nowhere else that can actually host that many. So I that's the reason why I know because Texas is such a different place. It's downtown. It's a downtown setting. They don't really allow big tailgates on campus, and so you have to do it off campus. And so we're, surrounded by city, and there just aren't that many places that you can actually host that many people. It's just not logistically not able to happen. So I'm fortunate enough to have the relationships to be able to find those places, and I know where those places are and how to kind of set those things up. So, yeah, yeah, we're we're definitely uh we're definitely the biggest, and I
Definitely
would say the best.
and again, that means something in Texas, right? That means something.
Absolutely, absolutely, we are the biggest. That's for sure.
All right. So with that, like all home games, is it fair to say that all home games, you're out there, you're setting it up, you're getting it going for the fans?
Absolutely, 100%. We have not missed a single home game in 25 years, and
And is it
I was
good?
going to say that includes the COVID season, and we could talk about that.
Wow. Okay.
That happened.
That
Yep.
that is impressive too. And
Mhm.
and so I liked it because like you are the kind of the face behind the tailgate. You're the man that's making everything happen. So will people see you if they come to one of your tailgates?
Well, they will absolutely see me. I'm the guy in the corner trying to survive, running around, sweat pouring off my face, trying to, make sure everything's taken care of, that there's not, too much trash or there's not too much this or that. Yeah, no, I'm definitely hands-on. I'm definitely in it all the time. I do try to take time to, I have a lot of friends. We have a lot of friends that are out there. People that have been with us for decades. So I do, and a lot of times people come out that I haven't seen in a while, right? So I do take the chance to go out there and talk to people, and yeah, you'll definitely see me out there working and having fun and having fun.
That's what it's the balance, right? All things in
It
life are
is
about balance with that too.
100%.
So obviously, you're a big Texas guy, and that there's people that travel to different games or have like bucket lists. Like I haven't been. They might not be a Texas fan, but they want to come for a game. So outside of just your tailgate, what makes just the Texas football and the Texas tailgating scene and coming to Austin something people need to put on their bucket list?
Well, like I said before, Austin is different. The university is
Weird,
downtown.
some would
It's
say.
Austin has its definitely has its weirdness, but it's such a unique city and it's a unique environment for the university because I mean, and other universities are in a downtown setting, but not really like this. I mean, they take up the entire north side of the city, and so the university is right there in the middle of all the action. Austin is, I mean, I can't even say it's an up and coming city anymore. Everybody knows Austin these days, right? So it's a place that people want to come to. The music scene, the food scene now. I mean, it's one of these places that people are just drawn to. And so we get a ton of people coming in from out of town. And also obviously the program, right? Because the Texas football program is the only really professional team in Austin. I mean, we have a minor league-ish, if you will, soccer team, but yeah, there are no other major league teams in Austin. So I mean, the University of Texas and the Longhorns, they are the pro team. So I mean, people want to come down, they want to be a part of it. They know the atmosphere is awesome. They know that they're going to have a great time. Uh, yeah, I mean, I meet people every single home game that are from out of town that are not Texas fans. I can't tell you how many times people have asked me, "Hey, where do I get a burnt orange shirt from?" So it's like, "Oh, well, we carry some if you want one." But yeah, I mean, everybody wants to come to Austin at least once, and I get a ton of people who do it during football, especially
Awesome.
bachelors.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. So you alluded to my next question here too, because like some people might be like, I really like Ryan sounds awesome. Hornball sounds like a great place to go, but like maybe they are an opposing fan, maybe they're a rival fan. Are they going to be welcome? Are they going to feel? Is it going to? Are they going to get a hard ribbing? Are they going to be put in a corner over there with no drinks for them? What does that
Hey,
look like
man,
for the opposing
no.
fans?
We are in the South. We have Southern hospitality, and everyone is welcome. To be honest with you, most of my staff, not most of my staff, but a large percentage of my staff are actually Aggies. We have some Sooner fans. And if we can handle those two, we can handle anybody. So no, it is a 100% welcoming spot for everybody. In fact, we actually put up banners, often sometimes banners, and a lot of times the actual flag of the team that we're playing. So it actually is a a welcoming place for everybody. I think last year was Georgia came to town, and I think we probably had 300, 400 Georgia fans at our
Oh,
tailgate. So I mean, it was a big contingency of Georgia fans that came out, and yeah, it was great. I mean, it was good, wholesome trash talking, good wholesome kind of environment. We have not had issues over the years with anything like that, anything that's turned bad or ugly. So yeah, we're 100% welcoming to everyone. Everybody will have a great time. And actually, we make sure of that. We make sure that it's a good time for all fans.
excellent. Well, speaking of good times, I know some people like say it's the first couple of games of the season, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, I'm looking at that Texas weather. Maybe they're coming from up north. They're like, it's looking real hot." What do you like? How do you comfort them to be like, we have something to try to help, knowing that Mother Nature can still be brutal in the South, but like,
Oh no,
what are you
absolutely.
doing for like shade fans? Like, what do you got to get those people to get off the couch and still come and not just be burnt to a crisp?
Sure. No, it's a great question because yeah, I mean, it is Texas. It's hot. It's hot in the shade even. And those early September games, especially, you're topping 105, 106,
Oh
if
yeah.
not more. So what we do is we do our best to make it as comfortable as possible, right? So I mean, we have I think something like what 3 or 4 thousand square feet of shade, like covered tent area. So I mean, we hold hundreds and hundreds of people under shade. But beyond that, we do have fans. We have put fans all over the place. I think we have like 25 plus different kind of industrial size, like like fans that are going all the time. We also have a misting system. We've had a misting system at our tailgate probably for like maybe 15 years. I actually kind of made one a long time ago and it worked really well. And it was like, man, I've never seen any other tailgate at the time. Now you can find them kind of cheap on Amazon and whatnot, but back then you couldn't. So I think it's like a 200-foot long misting system that we have throughout the entire canopy sections to keep it nice and cool. And then we also have those industrial fans that we do actually put on Mr. Lines direct on there. So the nozzles are on there. So they get a nice kind of a cool zone effect like you get when you go to an amusement park or something like that. And so we try to do as much as we can to keep it comfortable for everybody. And of course, obviously the drinks are nice and cold and they're flowing. So keep moving, get over there, find a nice spot, get a fan next to you, grab a nice cold drink, and you'll be fine. I'll be honest with you, it's hot and we do what we can. I don't think I've ever had a single person, at least that I know of, who's left and been like, I just can't handle this heat. We gotta leave.
Sure.
I've never, no one's ever said that to me. And I'm usually up at the front, usually talking to people. Yeah. We do what we can. I mean, it is what it is. Those
No,
October games and
I
November
get.
games are great though.
No doubt, no doubt. So I also remember when I came from one, there was an ice luge. Like, is that something that every home game that people could maybe have some fun with drinking or maybe cool down beside that big block of ice?
Absolutely, we do. We have a 300-pound block, an ice luge, a shot luge, if you will, with 2 tracks for people to go up there and take shots from. It's nice and cold. Hang out by it. It drops the temperature around that area, probably 10 degrees. It's because it's a big thing of ice, right? Yeah, so I mean, it's a great thing that we have that we've kind of create or we didn't create, but we kind of have used as kind of our signature now, if you will. Like we always will have the ice luge. It's kind of our signature thing. We have it up front so everybody can see it, and it's one of those things that we definitely are known for the people around here, anyways. And so people look forward to it when they come out. I was just thinking about one other thing too that for our 25th anniversary, one of the things we're going to do to kind of help people with with the weather as well is that we're going to start offering some of those battery powered misting fans that you can like on your person hold and
Oh,
squirt,
sure.
and then also some of these like there's like you clip them on your belt and they like blow up your shirt. It's like a
Oh,
rechargeable, like
yeah.
personal fan. And I think we're going to put together a system where we actually can rent those out to people. So they can rent them when they get to the tailgate, put them on, use that for extra comfort throughout it, return it before they leave, get a deposit back or however. We're still working on the logistics, but at least something that can a little extra opportunity for them to have kind of more of a personal cooling device, if you will. But we're always looking, like I said, we're always looking for ways of making it more comfortable for people.
All right. So we talked about staying cool. We talked about opposing fans being welcomed. The last one with the inclusivity, family friendly, like kids, like, are they gonna, is it a good area for them to come in? Would you not recommend kids? What would you tell us if we have kids that are coming to the tailgate with us?
We do have kids. I mean, we consider it a family friendly environment. However, we do caveat that to make sure that everybody does understand that we are a football university we're a university tailgate with open bar. You're going to have, a lot of alcohol flowing. You're going to have a lot of, there's going to be a lot of, you know, cuss words flying, I'm sure, from here and there. But our DJ definitely keeps the music clean. We do allow kids to come in. We have not ever had anybody complain that there was something that was too, raunchy or too bad or too inappropriate or anything like that. But we leave it up to the parents, but we just let them know they are welcome in. However, this is a tailgate, an open bar tailgate in a university setting, so it's your responsibility to make sure it's an appropriate situation. But again, we've never really had any issues. And honestly, our footprint's so large that if there was something that was inappropriate or something that they were uncomfortable with, there's plenty of place to go to go somewhere else.
Excellent. Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, you alluded to this a moment ago, so I want to come back to it. So you said you operated through COVID, and I feel like a lot of probably tailgates and things along that line with that type of industry like shut down, didn't want to mess with it. So I feel like tell us about it. Like how did that go? Obviously, you're still here, you're still rocking it, but
Right.
how did COVID and some of that impact your business with tailgating?
Well, I mean, obviously, it had a major impact, right? The first thing was the state shut down all tailgating across all the entire state. So the schools that had football games, those football games were the half the attendance kind of thing, and I mean there was obviously a huge impact. Everybody understands and everybody knows that. For us, I just could not imagine having football and not being out there doing a pregame. I just couldn't imagine it. I
Couldn't
mean,
be
we had
better.
done it for so many years. It was like I can't fathom there being a football game downtown and me not being there doing a pregame. So luckily over the years, I've been able to establish really great relationships with people that work at the state of Texas. And so I actually put together a proposal using the Department of Health and Services guidelines for like restaurants. And I put together a tailgating proposal and said, hey, this is what I want to do. This is how we'll do it. And these are the mitigation steps that we'll take. Can we continue to do this and provide an opportunity for the public to still come out and have some sense of normalcy, but do it in a way that's safe, that everybody else is doing it in the restaurant environment? And we proposed it, we presented it, and they approved it. So we were the only group in the entire state of Texas that was allowed to actually do a pregame, an official, true pregame tailgate, if you will. They didn't want us to call it a tailgate. It's a pregame special event.
Okay.
But it was, I mean, we were able to then do a tailgate, a special event for every single home game that season. So
So you alluded to, just to give some perspective to those listening right now. So on a normal non-COVID game day, 500 to 750 people. What did that look like when it shifted to the pregame event party or whatever we're calling it? How many people were showing up for that then?
it was a completely different, completely different. So I mean,
Oh, I'm sure.
what we did, and it'll help kind of get to your answer here for the numbers, is that we ended up setting up individual tents, so individual 10 by 10 pop-ups. And so each individual 10 by 10 pop-up, we looked at it from the standpoint of a restaurant and we said, this is like having a booth at a restaurant. So we will rent out each individual canopy that's 10 plus feet away from every other canopy, and allow only groups that come together to occupy that specific area. And then we would put a kind of a signal system together. So if that group wanted a drink, they put a little signal up, and then we would come from away, and our staff would come and deliver a drink or deliver food to them. They would have a menu basically to order off of it. So it's very much
Right.
like a restaurant. And so we started with, 10 canopies. And the first game, I think we had maybe 10 people in one, and like that was it. But by I think the third game or the fourth game, I'm not sure. It was one of those. I think maybe the third. Every canopy was full, so we maxed out. So it was 10. So 150 people total for the entire tailgate. But we had one. We didn't miss it.
Yeah, that's where I was going with it. It's like not only been doing this for 25 plus years now, but it's like no matter what, a tailgate is going to happen, is what I take away from this conversation right now, too. It will happen at Hornball Tailgating, thanks to Mr. Ryan Lepper, right?
We will not miss a game. And it's funny because I still get people who ask me that. They're like, "Hey, it's raining this weekend. Are y'all going to set up?" And I'm like, "Come on, man! Go to the website, take it out.
If I'm
Have we
breathing,
ever
I'm tailgating.
exactly. I can't tell you how many people came up to me when I had when my wife got pregnant with our first child, and it was like, "Oh, I guess that's the end of tailgating for you." And I'm looking at them like, "What are you talking about, man?" It's just it comes down to a matter of will. I mean, yeah, it could be if I didn't want to do it anymore, if
Sure.
my priorities changed, but I can still be a dad and and do this. And so, yeah, that didn't stop me. I mean, if my child being born isn't going to stop me and COVID's not going to stop me, then nothing's going
Nothing can stop you. I love, love,
to.
love that. For you, because again, a lot of people take the easy way out, but COVID, I'm just gonna just wait.
Mhm.
Child, again, and no offense to any parents out there that have taken time
No,
off.
of
That is
course,
not what we're saying at all with
not
it,
at
but
all.
I love the enthusiasm.
Yeah, it's personal decision, right? It's someone's personal decision. That's if they don't want to do it anymore, that's up to them. I'm not going to judge them on that. I don't care. But for me, like I don't. There's no decision. If I'm alive,
Good
it's
stuff.
happening, and maybe when
All
I'm
right.
not alive, it'll still be happening. So that's kind of the goal.
No doubt, no doubt. So obviously, we know like you were there, rain, shine, COVID, kids, every home game. Do you ever? Do you ever go like on off games where the team is traveling? Do you go to other tailgates? Have you been? Have you explored that? Or are you just like, I got to rest at the house for a little bit with everything?
It's before I had children, it was more of yes, let's go see what we can do. And so we have done tailgates at other places closer, around the area. We tailgated for Texas OU up in Dallas a few times. We realized that it was, the production that we put on is huge. I mean, it takes us a long time to get set up, a long time to break down, the logistics are a nightmare. The process is a nightmare. It just takes a long time. It got to a point where it just wasn't feasible to travel and do it. It didn't make financial sense. And it certainly didn't make, sense when it comes to like just sweat equity. Um, Even if we were to kind of maybe make it smaller, what kind of impact would we have? Eh, it was one of those things where after a while we just kind of decided, I kind of decided, yeah, I think I'm just going to take those times off. And then once I had children, it became even more important. So I kind of, my wife is a saint. She's an absolute saint. She has, supported this from the day one. And, she knows that how much of a commitment I have to make to it during the season and a lot of times during the off season. And she doesn't give me a hard time about it. And, she's an absolute saint. So I feel somewhat of a responsibility to her and my family to, spend that quality time when I'm not having to do a tailgate to spend that time with them. And so it's
That's
a good
fair.
balance.
Now, is she in the background right now? It's like, you better give me a shout out on the show right now or you in trouble.
I know, right? No, she is not actually. She's off picking up my daughter from dance camp. So no,
Good
no,
stuff. Good stuff.
she's awesome. She's amazing. And you'll find
Yeah.
her out
So,
there. If you come down, you'll see her because I have her working. So she'll be behind the
family
bar.
business.
That's
Family
right.
business.
Family business. And the kids will be joining us too as soon as they're able to.
All right. So removing the business aspect of it, has there been either a tailgate you've been to non-business related that you love the culture, the venue, et cetera, or a place that you're like, I really want to get out to this school to check out their tailgating event just personally.
Yeah, personally, absolutely, man. I want to go to, and this is not college, but I'm a huge Denver Broncos fan. I was born in Denver. I'm from
Hey,
the
come
area.
on out. I'm right
I
outside
know, I
Denver. Let's
know, I
go.
know, right? And I've never been to a game ever in my entire life up in Denver. So I've always wanted to go up there and check out the scene and check out the tailgating. And I've heard there's a great tailgate spot up there. So that's kind of on a personal level, but also on a personal level. I want to go and do the college scene. I want to go to Death Valley, and I want to go to the swamp, and I want to see all those places and experience the tailgating, and experience the atmosphere at those venues. And again, children, family, it's one of those things where that's kind of just put on hold at the moment. Once the kids are old enough to kind of they're not talking to dad anymore, wanting to spend time with them. Maybe I'll take more time to go kind of go do those things. But yeah, so kind of right now I'm kind of in a holding pattern for those things. But I mean, I will say this. I've probably gone to the Cotton Bowl more than any other venue outside of Texas. Just for Texas OU weekend, and it's amazing. And my wife and I will go up there, and we'll go to the state fair. And a couple of years, we took the kids up there. Didn't go to the game, but went to the fair and saw the environment and whatnot. So, but yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm definitely gonna as I'm not getting any younger, that's for sure. But as the kids get up, I'll start making those my personal pilgrimages to all those places across the country.
So you mentioned Death Valley. What school? Because there's multiple Death Valleys. Which is the
This is
one
true.
you're
Well, I
referring
was
to?
thinking I was thinking like LSU. But I mean, I would go to all of them. Honestly, man, I want to see them all. I want to see them all because football has been such a huge part of my life, especially college football, that I want to experience. I mean, I see all the stadiums on TV. I see all the, especially nowadays when they have all the LED lights and the fireworks, and then they've really started putting on, really good shows, drone shows and everything, and they've done a great job at Texas. I'd love to see what they do with other schools, and you see highlights on YouTube and all those things. But yeah, I mean, to see that in person, all the college traditions. I mean, again, that's where the love started, right? The love started with football. The
100%.
love started with those types of things. So, being able to go see all of those things at every Death Valley, and every place, every valley there is, even the happy one. Um, yeah, that's definitely a dream, and it will come true. It's just a matter of time.
Down. All right, let's get into this, get to know you a little bit better personally with your tailgating stuff. What's your favorite tailgating game? What does Mr. Ryan play in? Is his favorite
Mm.
tailgating game?
That's a great question because there are so many. And
There are.
over the years, I've had so many different groups coming in to our tailgate that have taught me other games, whether it be a tailgating game or a drinking game or something like. There's so many different things. Man, I mean, there's always the go-to for cornhole and beer pong. That's always good. But
Those
there's
are
a
the two most iconic, right, of
yeah,
all
they're
tailgating
definitely the
games
most
right there.
iconic. And then, you have there's ladder ball and there's slam ball. And I mean, there's a million of them, right? I think my most favorite one that I've played, which is really basically just a drinking game, but it's there, is a game called Finger Cup. And I'm not sure if
I don't know if I'm familiar with that one.
it's an interesting game, and basically you just pour a bunch of shit in a cup. Sorry, and everybody puts their finger on the cup, and then it's really kind of difficult to explain. But you have to lift your finger, and you get knocked out. And if your last one on, then you have to drink the cup, and it's fun as hell. It's fun as hell. But yeah, it's more of a drinking game than necessarily a tailgating game. But that's okay.
Hey, drinking games can definitely be tailgating games. I
This is
think we can all
true.
agree on that.
This is
So if
true.
right along those lines, then, if a regular cup is in your hand at a tailgate, what's your favorite beverage to sip on during a tailgate?
For tailgating, I go to vodka. It's clean. I usually drink. My wife brings my own mixer. So I have my own mixers that are usually somewhat based in refreshing electrolytes, kind of stuff like that, to try to keep me from getting too
We talking like Gatorade and vodka? Like what
right,
we talking about?
exactly. Pretty much, basically. My personal favorite to go, is Body Armor, the peach mango Body Armor. I mix that with vodka. It's very refreshing. It helps keep me from getting too dehydrated. But also, I mean, at Texas we were in the sun, man. So it's like I don't. The For me, the beer sits too heavy in the sun. The whiskey sits too heavy in the sun. I prefer just a nice, refreshing, vodka drink.
Fair enough. Fair
Yeah.
enough. All right, if we go to the food game, what is going to be on your plate? What's your favorite tailgating snack, main course, whatever the case may be? What do you want to eat?
Man, what would I want to eat, or what do we offer? Because that's two different things.
What do you want to eat personally?
Man, that's a great barbecue, man. Really good barbecue. I mean, that's like it's Texas, right? It's Texas. If I can get a good barbecue at a tailgate, that's what I'm going to go for. Or maybe something like a jalapeno popper or something like that. Some bacon wrapped jalapeno popper. That sounds pretty good. But I mean, I'll take a
Okay,
steak. If someone wants to make me a steak, I'll take a steak. That's cool.
that's fair.
Don't find that very often though, right? But
Some,
barbecue.
I've been to some tailgates that
Yeah,
have had some steaks on it, so it's
that's
not
cool.
unheard of,
No.
but it is more rare for sure.
Yeah. No,
All
that
right.
sounds good.
If somebody's listening right now and they're just like, like I think I might want to start. I have a passion for tailgating. I want to start my own like tailgating company brand, whatever the case may be. What would be like one tip or like lesson you learned over your 25 years of doing this that you'd share with them?
Don't do it. Go to somebody else's tailgate. Have fun. Enjoy your time. Go have a great time with your friends and enjoy, and tour the country and visit all these tailgates and have an awesome time doing it, man. Because I will tell you, the one downside of being in tailgating for so long and then having it be a business is that you lose kind of some of that that passion, a little bit of passion for it. I mean, there's always passion, right? But sometimes you lose a little of the joy because you're so busy doing the work. And even sometimes that happens even when following your team, right? So sometimes I lose the joy of even watching a football game because I can't because I'm too busy working. And so it's kind of like, oh, it's a sacrifice. And I think that's one thing that people probably don't understand as much when they go to these events, is that the people that are working them, especially if it's I mean, even a small one can be a nightmare logistically if you don't have other people helping you. But I mean, the bigger they are, man, the more difficult they can be. And you know, yeah, that would be my advice. But I mean, on a true level, if I was going to give them an actual business advice,
Right.
I would probably say, don't stop the hustle. Don't stop hustling. It
Stay
could be
after it.
stay after it. It could be as big as you want it to be. It just takes time and effort, man. You're going to hear no a million times with whatever you need to do or whatever you want. If you're trying to get sponsors, if you're trying to build a brand, if you're trying to do all these things, it just takes time and definitely save some money. Yeah, you're going to need to spend some money. But yeah, I mean, just keep hustling, man. Just keep working at it because it'll get to wherever you decide it needs to go. It just comes down to how much you're willing to work for it.
No, I can definitely
Mm.
resonate and appreciate that
Thanks.
statement there, and I will definitely concur with that. With anything tailgating or anything business or any dreams you have to
Sure.
keep going. You will run into doors,
Mhm.
challenges, obstacles, and it's like some people stay down when they hear no. Other people say they just haven't said yes yet.
Yeah. And one other thing too, and maybe this is just because we do a bigger kind of hospitality thing, that is like, you can't please everybody all the time. So
Impossible.
it's impossible. You can't please everybody all the time. So I mean, not everybody's going to be 100% happy the whole time, and you can't make everybody happy. So what you got to do is just do your best. Make it, make it, make it what a reflection of what you want it to be, what you would enjoy, and then let those who enjoy that be a part of it, and don't worry about the ones that don't.
Good stuff. Good stuff. All right. Last question before we start to wrap this thing up. Who's your favorite Texas player of all time?
Mm. Ooh, hoo, hoo, hoo. Oh man, that's crazy.
Hardest question of the day, it sounds like.
I mean, there's so many different players for so many different reasons. Honestly, I mean, as a student there, I was a student when Ricky Williams was doing his thing in the Heisman. I mean, I would consider him my favorite player. I'm kind of one of those. I don't know, just I guess my background or whatever. I don't really idolize athletes or superstars or actors or anything like that. I don't really do that. But from a I can still have my favorites, right? So like, I mean, Ricky obviously was a favorite. And there's so many. There's so many. Sergio Kendall on the defense. Guy was a beast. He's actually a friend of the tailgate. He's been out a few times.
Okay.
Um, Johnny Rogers, old time Johnny Rogers from way back in the day. He comes out of the tailgate. He's always looking to talk to people. Um, gosh, there's so many good players and so many amazing moments, right? I mean, everybody says Vince because he brought the championship.
Oh, yeah.
You go back to the old days though. You have Bobby Layne. I mean, he was a stud, and you know the only quarterback to ever beat Oklahoma all 4 times was Peter Gardere. So I mean, you got to look at him and be like, yeah, that's cool, man. But yeah, it's such a hard question because I look at things. It's like asking someone what your favorite food is or what's your favorite movie?
For sure.
Oh man,
There's a lot of them, right? That's why
drama,
it's hard.
comedy. Yeah. So there's a ton of them. Well, I guess ultimately from the business side, I would say that my favorite player is the one who's going to come out and hang out with us at the tailgate next.
Well, I mean, that's where I was going with the question. I
Yeah.
was like, if it was going to be your shout out at that person who'd never been there, it's like, tell them right now to come to your tailgate type. But it sounds like these players are already coming to your tailgate, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah, we do get quite a few players. We're fortunate enough to have been around a while that like I said, we've made relationships with people, and a lot of the players will come in. A lot of parents for players will come to the tailgate. Even younger players who aren't even playing, the parents will come and they'll hang out with us. Um, and then you get to know them. So then ultimately when they become starters, that they come out to us, and then when they graduate, they come out. And so it's a nice cycle of relationship building within the community there at Texas. Um, but yeah, I mean, we get players all the time. If there was one that I'd want, I'd probably say, I mean, Vince. He'd be a
Yeah. Okay.
marquee, someone to have. We've had him almost a few times. It's just working out details. There's always behind the scenes things about
Sure.
what a player wants or needs or this, that, the other thing. So I mean, it's kind of one of those. I'm not going to pay for someone to come out and hang out with us. They can come out and hang out with us and enjoy the time. But Vince would be great. Vince would be great. It's actually really funny because I've been in talks with Dicker the kicker.
All right.
Yeah, he's his agent and I we talk quite a bit. So he's possibly going to come out this season during a November game. We're just kind of working on what that could look like, but during his bye week in the
Nice.
NFL. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I think Johnny Rogers, he might be doing a podcast from our tailgate a couple times this year. Sergio's comes out whenever there's a good game, he'll come out and hang. Ahmad Brooks. So just yeah, a bunch of guys, but it's cool.
Sweet.
I
Sweet.
will
Well,
say, I'm going to segue into one thing though, and I have to say because I think it's really cool, and very unique. At least I think it's unique because it's only happened once in 25 years. Last season we were actually able. We had a surprise visitor at the tailgate on game day, which of course is where a tailgate occurs. But the athletic director for UT, Chris Del Conte, came out to our tailgate and hung out
wow.
just for a little while. Wanted to check the scene, and there was a family there that we did a charity thing for the Susan G. Komen Breast Cancer Society and auctioned off a tailgate set up, and they were able to come out. And apparently there were some big wigs and stuff, and so Chris came out and saw them, and we were able to kind of talk to him, give him a tour and all that stuff. So it was really cool. That was cool. Have a little photo op with the AD, which you don't get, especially not on game day, right? So that was cool.
And then you got invited to box press seats over there in the stadium and everything afterwards, right?
That sure would be nice. I need to reach out to Chris, my new buddy, right? I need to be, hey,
There
buddy,
we
what's up?
go.
Let's
There we
talk.
go.
So I think there's definitely a conversation on that in the future.
Excellent. All right. So Texas had an amazing season last year. Little bit short, but still, like most teams would kill to have that season. So go ahead now. We haven't started the season yet. Go ahead and call the record. What's Texas going to do this year? Put it on the record right now.
Man, I hate doing this, man.
I know. I
I
love to push
hate
you to
it.
do it.
I mean, Texas has a relatively favorable schedule. I mean, obviously that home game at Georgia and Athens is going to be a beast. But we don't know what Georgia is right now. So, I mean, depending upon what Arch does and, kind of how they roll with stuff. I mean, they are breaking in 4 new offensive linemen at Texas. So, and a first time quarterback, he's only played 2 real college games. So it's like, I just don't know, man. I don't know. So maybe maybe that would be a loss. I mean, honestly, other than that, I feel pretty confident since, A&M's here in Austin this year. And, uh, yeah, I feel pretty confident. So maybe I don't know, what is it? 12-1, 11-1, whatever the total numbers are, and then making the playoffs. So, I mean, I think they're set up pretty well this year. I'm cautiously optimistic, but again, being around for so long and seeing all these teams and the really good teams and not sealing the deal, it makes you kind of realistic. So I look at those things and I say, oh, maybe. So I will throw in 1 loss on the season, and I think that's pretty damn optimistic on my side. So, but that's why I'll go with that.
Yeah, no, I think that's fair. Coming off of that, we're all the teams right now. You don't know exactly how the new players and all the NIL transferring. How's everybody going to gel and mesh and come together as a collective team? Injuries, there's so much we don't know
Absolutely.
yet, but that's also why it makes it fun.
That's exactly right. You just don't know, right? That's the up and down of every Saturday. It's the up and down of fall camp. Who's getting hurt? Who's not getting hurt? What's happening? What do people look like? What are the reports? And then of course, those first few games and seeing how people look and what's going on with that. How's this guy looking? Oh, this guy's back from injury. Let's see how he's faring. Obviously the big national news is Arch Manning, right? So how is he going to handle being in the spotlight? Of course, that first game right there, the big it's not the big house. What is it? The big shoe or whatever they call that crap up
The
there.
horseshoe.
That's what it's called. See, I don't like Ohio State. So, whatever that piece
They
of
said you
crap
better
is.
not call that the big house. Let me
I
just
knew it
tell
wasn't the
you.
big house. Yeah, yeah. I know better than that. I know better than that. It is a big house, but it's not the big house. But we'll see how he does up there in that environment against that team, and that'll probably set Texas up to see kind of what the expectations are for the season.
No
Yeah.
doubt. No doubt. All right. So if somebody has listened to this, they're like, man, I'm going to the tailgate. They go to tailgateconnect.com. They're getting tickets. Tell them why they need to pull the trigger, why they need to bring their friends and family to your tailgate one more time to seal the deal and get them out there.
You're not going to experience anything like this anywhere else. You're really not. It's just a crazy environment. You're going to come in. You're going to have a great environment to be around. I mean, we get people all the time. They're just like, this is unbelievable. I can't believe you do this. This is amazing. The food is good. The drinks are flowing. We don't run out of stuff. The atmosphere is amazing. Our DJ is phenomenal. We have the ice luge. We have other games. We have We use the misters and all those things to make it a comfortable environment. I mean, I really think that, everybody should come down and experience it. This type of a tailgate, it's fan owned, it's fan operated. We're not some big corporation or big corporate thing doing a big thing down here like that. It's really the love of the fans putting this together. So we really do push it towards that and say, what can we do to make the experience better for everybody? One of the things that we do, which I don't think anywhere else does, is we actually have a caricature artist. So he walks around and you get a free caricature. Like when you go to an amusement park, you sit down and get a caricature. This dude he knocks it out in like 30 seconds. You and your wife or your girlfriend or whatnot, and it's free. It's completely covered by the tailgate. So you come in and you get all that. It's just an experience that you're not going to find anywhere else. So if you like football and you like tailgating and you like those types of environments, come on down and see us.
Excellent. From T-shirts to tailgating empire to not letting anything stop him from setting up a tailgate. Ryan Lepper, appreciate you being on the show this evening, sir. Tell the people again, you got some social media stuff for Hornball, right? Shout out what platforms are you on so people can go follow you and check out what you're doing.
Yeah, absolutely. We're on X, Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. We're on Facebook. We have Instagram. We're not yet on Snapchat or YouTube, but we'll probably end up getting up there. It's just, I gotta find myself a good social media person who'll do all that stuff for me because I'm getting too old for that new stuff, right? But Twitch and all that stuff, whatever. But no, the main ones. I mean, the Instagrams, the Facebook, the Twitter. Just search Hornball Tailgaters. You'll find us.
Good stuff. All right. Well, with that, everybody else, thank you for tuning in to the end of the show this evening. Thanks, Ryan, for being here. Check out tailgateconnect.com for all of your tailgate easy button tailgating needs, whether you're traveling to college, NFL, we got you covered. As always, we hope to see you at a tailgate soon and connect you with the perfect host, just like Mr. Ryan Lepper right here. Thank you all for tuning in tonight.